news aspects, right? Where like they got coverage and news reporters can play these games, talk about them before like YouTube was a thing. And obviously, like we go into like 360 era and PS3 era. That's when we started to get that E3, which we've been known for these past few years, where it's like it's got those surprises, and it's that one time a year where gamers can be really excited to see the new thing of whatever console or whatever game they want to see.
Exactly. And the reason I think they opened up like that is because I've also said this too, man. Like, if you would have went on anywhere on Wall Street 20, 30 years ago and say gaming would be leading the entire world in revenue, far as entertainment, they would have laughed you out of the building, out of their office. Now, like, I don't read the Wall Street Journal, but now you have gaming articles in the Wall Street Journal now. Like, it's making that much money. I think that's the reason they went where it's this big spectacle now. And I was thinking the reason they went to the public, well, not to the public, but far as making the public come in and let them pay to come in and see E3, I thought that would cut off some of the costs of these people like Xbox and Sony spending these millions of dollars to set up this stuff. It should cut off that cost, because man, all the people, the revenue they made, whoever runs E3, the revenue they made off of that, man, they made a lot of fucking money off that. And I don't know who that went to, because it sure didn't go to Microsoft or Sony.
Well,
so
when it comes to the what's it called again, the where they hold E3 in LA, their attendances are roughly around 70 to 80,000 people every year. I don't know what, obviously, again, this is their highest numbers. I think it's roughly like 70 or 80, it's around that number. And then you've got Gamescom, which is around hundreds of thousands of people that go to Gamescom. That's only because the venues in Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, are bigger, and that's understandable.
What's
then
going
again,
on, Arcane? What's going
then
on,
again,
David?
the vast majority of their revenue comes from consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, even with Nvidia, AMD. They go there, Twitch as well. They'll throw in their money as well. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cogs in this machine of what E3 is, and I like E3 as much as the next person. I really do, and I believe that it is one of those things where it has to be here, because if it isn't,
I got Effie.
I got Days Gone. What's going to happen to like the whole gaming aspect? And it's like, well, we don't know. It's just it's all up in the air at that point. Like, shit, what can we do?
Yeah, I think it's just way too many gaming shows. I think it's just way. We don't need. I can deal with Gamescom, but we don't need nothing like Paris Games Week. And I want to say Tokyo Game Week, but that's their own little thing. I don't know how long they've been having that, but I'm pretty sure that's been going on for a while. I just think like some of these gaming shows they can cut out. Some of these gaming shows they can cut out. But E3 has always been that focal point of where gamers recognize, well, hardcore gamers really want to see what's coming in the future. It's always been about that with me personally with E3, and it'd be sad to see them go. It'd be sad to see them go.
I will say this, when it comes to other conferences or events, shall I say, Gamescom needs to, it's a sense of E3 exists because obviously there's numerous reasons, but also the sense of like it's easy for Americans to get to. If there's, if you want to go E3, you can, because it's like it's in LA. But you don't have to pay as much, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Gamescom is the same for, Europe. In England, London, we've got something called EGX, which is Eurogamer Expo, where we get to play the latest games, which is in October this year, which I'm going to. Then you got TGS, which is Tokyo, and then Paris Games Week, which is another one.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, God, these past
and now we got the Gaming Awards. We also have the Gaming Awards.
Yeah, but you see that's Game Awards and E3. It's interesting to talk about these two things because the E3 has always been that pivot. It's been that pillar for companies like Nintendo, publishers and companies, or console companies, to go to E3 and show the latest thing off. Now, Gamescom used to do the same thing, right? Where like we used to see conferences at Gamescom. The past few years, we haven't, because it's these people. It's just a sense of they're just basically re-showing shit from E3, and it's like, we don't need to do a conference. Let's just basically get the show floors that we need to get, the space that we need to get, and we show the games there, like gameplay wise, and it's fine. And that's what we've been doing the last year. That's okay. Paris Games Week is also another one where there's no conferences, but it's also a sense of there's a limitation to how many people can show games at E3, and if they haven't got the money to
1080p 30, that's good.
Implement to be at E3, they need some other source to do it, right? So it would be Paris, it would be Gamescom, it would be TGS to do that, because again, the ESA they're not cheap. They want a fucking fair amount, and if you can't give that, then that comes down to maybe being a part of PlayStation or Microsoft's conference, in which
What's going on, Jamar?
You can then maybe slip into
their
shows
abilities are back, but we listen to Adam talk about
that again. That's if Sony will take Sony would take these smaller titles on their show floor from Xbox or Nintendo. It's funny how much, like, even though this is a gaming industry, it's about showing off the games, like, there is the sense of, it's funny how, like, there's massive amounts of corporate money aspects involved in this, but we don't see it. We don't see that. We just think, oh wow, new trailer or gameplay, and it's like, but seeing what's happening this E3 compared to last E3 and some E3s before, like, there is a massive decrease in the show floor or what's being shown. Less demos to be playable to the public. Most of the stuff in this E3 is behind closed doors, which seeing like the Avengers back. Some people are talking about Avengers quite a lot. This is good example. There's gameplay behind closed doors which we can't see, which is apparently really good, but people online on Twitter are saying how bad the character models look and stuff like that. But if we were to see gameplay, maybe the decisions might be different. Of course, I think they would.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand that decision. Showing that behind closed door gameplay. Now, if they say they will do the behind closed door gameplay and then they will release the gameplay that they show a little bit later, that'd be fine. I will understand that, but I don't understand why they do it like that.
They're doing that with Cyberpunk. Like last year, last year was Cyberpunk. They showed gameplay behind closed doors, and this was the first bit of gameplay. And it was all the people that saw it would get ranting and raving about how awesome it was. Then Gamescom came around the corner, and it was again behind closed doors. We couldn't see it. But I think a week after, they had a live stream where they showed that gameplay of E3 and Gamescom to everybody.
Yeah.
This year, they're doing the exact same thing, but they said they're going to be showing the gameplay at Gamescom. So we won't have to wait after a week after or so after. We'll get gameplay at Gamescom from them, which is cool. And when it comes to Avengers, right? I mean, they are doing the partnership with Sony, which could lead to them maybe using a state of play, maybe Sony to demonstrate the gameplay there, or on their own accord, they could do their own little thing where, like, hey, listen, there's a live stream, we're going to show some gameplay. Great. And you can, again, companies need to understand this. We live in a social-based media world right now. You can, if you feel comfortable in showing gameplay of what you are making, you can do it whenever you want. All you got to do is go on Twitter. We are demonstrating gameplay of Avengers, hashtag Avengers, hashtag whatever the fuck ever, and people will go to it. Death Stranding is a prime example. Guy literally teases a cryptic photo of a fucking hand. Next thing you know, word comes out, oh, yeah, we're showing it off, like, on Friday, or Wednesday, sorry. Next thing you know, we watch it, we're watching, the live stream starts up, it's all cryptic, and, when it happens, everyone's ranting and raving and fucking, they're talking about it, and the vast majority of it was positive, it was getting, 9.9 million views in a couple of days. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, why do you need E3? And it's like, well, you don't, but then it's a sense of, if you want people to play your games, you do. And it's like, yeah, of course, for the public. But if you work for IGN, GameSpot, or some of these YouTube channels, like Inside Gaming with Funhouse, Kind of Funny, or Game Informer, Easy Allies, and other people, they could probably get their own little scoop by just going to visit these company studios. But again, I do think with that, they need to have some sense of open transparency with the public, because the public have different views to what leading article people are, or people that are in the industry, and that may dictate on what a game could technically achieve, in a sense. But I think you mentioned something, earlier on, like, the gaming industry, how much revenue it's been creating these past few years. I mean, that became when, I would probably say that the point in time where people started to understand the gaming industry is, what's the word? Is dwarfing major heights in the sense of cinema, films and stuff like that, was when GTA 5 came out. GTA 5 came out, first couple of days or overnight, it was breaking records. It was like, it made over $1 billion or whatever. It was selling fuckloads of copies. It was breaking every fucking record in the Guinness Book of Records. It was crazy. And every news outlet was covering this because you cannot not cover it. It was ridiculous. It was making more money than most of the Hollywood films that were out that year. Yeah. It was, this is GTA, yes. But, like we've seen with the PlayStation exclusives, right? Days Gone, Spider-Man, God of War, Uncharted, Bloodborne, they're all going over 10 million units sold because people now understand that.
And you see, the thing about that is that where I think a lot of people are missing out on, it's not just the game itself. It's the music to the game. It's the people with this cross-play. I mean, this when people be wearing the same clothes that people wear in the game, it's everything. It's hats, it's shirts, everything that has to do with gaming is selling, and it's selling like hotcakes. That's why I was real surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised when I seen the government try to put their hand in when Trump started talking about they want to tax gaming now, It's because it is making that much money. It's making enormous amounts of money. Like I've told people this story many times before. I went outside and I actually heard somebody not just listening to it, but they were bumping the theme to God of War in their car, and it was crazy. He had the whole fucking the sound, the whole soundtrack. Everything in gaming is selling. They're making so much money just not off of the games. Like I said, it's clothes, it's music, it's everything. They're making so much money, and everybody want a piece now. Everybody want a piece. And I see nothing wrong with that. They're just trying to find a way to capitalize off of that. And I think it's great that gaming is getting this type of recognition out here, but it's gonna come a time, man, when people it's gonna get a little bit too greedy. And we're seeing it now within games with these loot boxes and stuff.
Yeah,
and like that's the shit that scares me. But like I said, once somebody see something making money on this level and it's not stopping, like gaming is just taking over the world. When I was younger, if my father came and sat down and played the game, it's him messing with his son. It's him trying to spend some time with his son. Now, if me and my son play, we're gaming. We're actually trying to beat each other. We're actually trying to play this game to death. And it's women playing it. It's so much money being made, and this shit is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I mean, like so. I mean, whether you like or hate it, Fortnite's a big factor into this thing because, again, you know, before Fortnite was a thing, gaming, you know, it was what it was. But when Fortnite came around, the whole Battle Royale scene and point, you know, their game became a thing, you know, when it started up, the Battle Royale aspect of Fortnite. Obviously, the original game wasn't a Battle Royale. You know, it started off, you know, very, you know, kind of very quiet, but like these past few years, you know, for instance, kids are, you know, some are becoming full-time streamers. They're becoming tutors and all this bits and bobs. And it's just every year, every so often, like, you know, every month even, like I'm hearing a kid become a pro player and like, you know,
yeah, it's crazy. Where, like, that other aspect crazy, of it. Like it's crazy, man. The amount of money that's being made, man. It's just insane.
You know, what was it? I think it's somewhere in LA. They've got this. They had this pro-am last year for Fortnite. This big spectacle with Ninja and all these other big streamers playing Fortnite. And they're doing the same thing this year. They got the Fortnite World Cup, which is being held somewhere. I don't know where it is. And it's just like that sort of shit. Even though you may hate Fortnite, its spectacle is fucking humongous, and it's reaching news outlets. I mean, hell, like Ninja, he was the first gamer on ESPN. That's a big fucking deal in a sense. It's crazy to think that and see that, but it's like that fucking happened. And you know, it's funny because last year, you know, was when you had the, you know, the whole what's it called again? The PS3, you know, it was the reason why PS3 and Xbox 360 went on for so long. You know, they had to stretch their life cycle out because of the banks and like shit like that. I forgot what it's called now. And the global crisis, whatever it was. But like,
with the economy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that. You know, it wasn't good for these consoles because they had to stretch their thing out. You know, PlayStation, in some sense, weren't profiting. They were struggling to profit. And then you look at it now, it's like PlayStation now profiting majorly on their consoles, you know, on major aspects of the revenue. You know, the studios, with, you know, the games that are making the games are generating fuck tons of revenue. And it's all
Adam,
positive.
Adam, remember at the end of the E3, well, not the E3, the PlayStation 3 cycle, and it was this big rumor going around. Sony was selling a lot of their buildings, and a lot of people were talking about like they were finna go bankrupt, and a lot of people put it on the PS3. I've said, and this is another thing I've said before. The same thing that almost bankrupt Sony brought Sony all the way back. Their gaming division. a lot of people at Sony need to thank that whole gaming division because they are the reason they still have their jobs today. Because I mean, analysts everywhere were saying this was like maybe a year and a half before the PS4 came out. It was analysts everywhere saying that Sony was they were going bankrupt in the next 2 years. Everybody knew it. They said Sony is going bankrupt because they were selling stuff left and right. They were just selling buildings left and right. Soon they put the PS4 out. It was their last hurrah. And it brought their company all the way back. It not only brought their company all the way back, man, it put them back at the top of the food chain. They're not up there with Microsoft and them yet. They're not up there, but it put them back up there where don't nobody look down on them no more because they were they were real close to bankrupt. And I think that's really incredible because it kind of the PS4 kind of remind me of how the Walkman was back in the day. Everybody had one. My grandmama got a PS4. Like that type of shit. When you see shit like that, that's when you be like, God damn. Like they are really making fucking money. And gaming is it's taking over the world. And if I can going back to E3, I think E3 is one of those main things that kept gaming where it's at right now. Why they're making that type of money, man. And we know as core gamers, man. I just don't know what I would do. I did a video on this, like, do we really need E3 anymore, man? And I would hate to see anybody say anything negative in the way of E3 going somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it could have been better. This was one of the worst E3s. It could have been better. If it wasn't for Square, if it wasn't for Nintendo, I think we will be mad as hell right now.
Pissed.
But
Amazing pissed.
They did what they had to do. They brought us back from the brink. And I think we can walk away from E3 with our heads up and getting ready for next year. But my thing, where I lose it at is when I look at Microsoft and witness what they did. You got your main competitor that's been just crushing you. Your main competitor is telling you we're not going to the biggest gaming show of the year. We're not going. And you don't bring your A game, you bring your minus C game. Like, man, that shit is embarrassing. That was really embarrassing the way the shit went down for Microsoft at E3. That was embarrassing. That was really fucking embarrassing, man.
I mean, like we said, I think when it comes down to it, I think one of the things that I stood by when Sony announced that they weren't going to be E3 was the sense of their reasoning. What was the reasoning? They never really put a clear picture on it, but it was. I found it funny when I was watching Microsoft. It was that point of, like, because obviously again, like, Microsoft were hyping this conference up beyond belief, like saying how, like, why you should be watching this conference. This is
Hey, Adam, can I chime in a little bit? You've been talking for 80 years.
Sure.
Somebody just put up a very honest comparison. The Hellgas suit versus the Master Chief suit, and the black officer in Killzone Shadowfall versus the officer that was in the spaceship for the Halo Infinite footage. And it clearly looks like Killzone Shadowfall, again, stands the test of time and looks better than Halo. A game that's supposed to start the next generation is getting shitted on by a game that started this generation. There are so many reasons why Microsoft lost. But Sony tricked Microsoft into doing what we all knew they could not resist. They had E3 and they showed their ass, and it wasn't that good.
Well, I mean, like I said, like I was going to say, man, I think, going over, looking at Xbox's conference, watching that conference slowly, ever so slowly, over the course of the time they, of their conference, it got to that point where, like, it just clicked into my head. I knew why PlayStation left out E3 this year, and it was as simple as it could possibly be. Next generation's, it's next generation.
Yeah.
Basically Microsoft so much pretty much, a lot of people found this out very quickly, but they pretty much subtly just went, listen, we're going to be showing off our next generation console, and we ain't got nothing to show for it because it's going to be next year. Next gen is around the corner. We're gearing up for it, and that's how, when I was watching that conference, that's literally how it felt. And when you saw like Halo gameplay, it's like, okay, maybe it's something we as gamers could get excited for, right? Especially Xbox gamers. When it happened, if I'm an Xbox fan, especially a Halo fan, and I looked at that, and I played like games on PlayStation, at that time that graphically looked very stunning. I'm going away of that. I'm going away from that gameplay footage. I'm thinking they better be improving that game, because if that game looks exactly like what it is on that screen,
hey Adam, can I send you a video real quick? Cause we've been live for the last probably 20 minutes. I want you to look at this and then think about that indie game that they showed last year for Microsoft. Somebody very skilled made a brand new game on Dreams, and it looked like something that would be released at E3 for like all systems. It's so good, Adam. I'm not. I know I hype up Dreams a lot, but I only go after the best creations. When you see this, I need you to tell me honestly. I'm gonna send it to you, Big Money. Also, I want to see if I could capture your live reactions as soon as possible. Let me see, Big Money. There you go. You got the money bag. Okay. I only got a bag of pennies, so that's not that bad. Man, Xbox Scarlet. Holiday 2020. They gave their whole play plan away to Sony. They let them know when they gonna release it, what's inside of it, what game they're launching with. Like, they basically told Sony everything. And I don't know if they thought that was a good idea or not, but it was not. Like, you told, man, look, all I'm gonna say, man, it's already not a reason not to get their next gen console, since their games are going on everybody's platforms. And from what I'm hearing, Big Money, there's a rumor saying that there's a new Banjo-Kazooie in the works, but it will be a Switch exclusive.
What?
Yeah, but hey, this has happened before. Remember that Gears of War Tactics game was a PC exclusive, so it's not out of the realm. And seeing as though they real buddy with Nintendo enough to give Banjo to Nintendo for their own personal use. See, Nintendo's going to make money off of Banjo. Why? Because people have to buy Smash Brothers to even get the character. So Nintendo is using their character to make them more money. Microsoft doesn't understand it, bro. Like, they just don't understand what's going on. But that's what I'm hearing right now, that somebody found a leak on another country's listing that there's a Banjo-Kazooie in the works and is coming to the Switch next year.
Jay, I swear to you, man, I've never used this word before, but I'm befuddled like a motherfucker. I don't even know what that word means. I don't even know if I'm using it right. I don't know what the hell Microsoft is doing.
I don't either, bro.
If you are going to put your games on other systems, why are you making a console? Why? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It don't make no sense at all. Not only one, they're making 2 consoles. They spending billions of dollars, and I don't know why they putting these games on. But hey, man, I'm gonna stay true to my word, because I've argued my head off about this third-party stuff, man. Because to me, I really think when you go fully third-party, that's when you say, hey, Gears, Halo, everything is going everywhere. And like I said, in what's the word I'm looking for? In the normal sense, yes, they are third party. They going third party. But man, I just don't see them putting their big games on other, even though I guess we can consider Banjo a big character. and they're stable, but
bro, it's
Banjo
not
is
a
so
big
old.
character, but it could be. They're stunting the growth of that character, of that franchise. They are. They have the rights to the company that makes that game. And I can't really understand why they would do what they did today, allowing Banjo to go to Smash Brothers, and then it seems like they got to deal with bringing that character, making another game and putting it on the Switch. Okay, is it good business? Yes, it's good business, because if you're the publisher of that game and you put it on the Switch, right, then you're making the money. But then in turn, you're actually helping Nintendo because they're going to sell consoles because of that game that you made.
Exactly. And it.
Yeah, hold on. Fucked up my. No, that was me. I kept messing with my headset. Hold on, I gotta change the devices.
I know what the fuck is going on in that boardroom
I
when they
don't
have
know,
their
man.
meeting,
Like, hold
man.
up. If you want to be like Dreamcast and it's over for you and you want to go third party, just go third party. But you're confusing your competitors. Oh, let's not say competitors. I don't think
Your fan base.
Yeah, you're confusing the fan base, and you're also confusing the people that are looking at the fan base, attempting to defend them. Like, how do you defend what happened today with Banjo? I see so many Xbox fans up there quiet. I just looked at a group of Xbox fans on Twitter. Are they up there smiling at they're at the Xbox Fan Fest? Like, why do you care that you're at the Xbox Fan Fest? You taking pictures at Xbox Fan Fest over there in the West Coast, that ain't doing nothing. That ain't gonna help Xbox.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna be on tomorrow, or later on today, shall I say?
Okay, man.
Yeah, I'll be on. So I don't know if you guys,
I gotta go to work for the rest of the week, but I'll be up. Cool. You know, I'll be up.
Yeah, cool. All right, man. Cool.
All right, Adam, take it easy, man.
Right, you too, man. See ya.
Yeah, I'm about to go. I'm checking the PlayStation Store to see if that Avengers is up yet. I want to see if it had like a theme or something. I'm gonna be tempted to get pre-order the game this early, but I probably hold off. Because I haven't heard anything about a theme at pre-order. But I've been waiting all day for them to put it on the store. They got Final Fantasy up here. You got Final Fantasy, all the Tom Clancy's, Wolfenstein.
Wait a minute. Now, when did they say that the Avengers supposed to come out? When does that supposed to come out?
Shit.
I forgot the date for that.
When is the Avengers video game coming out in 2020?
According to UPI.com, June 11th, Marvel and publisher Square Enix has announced that the Avengers
Okay, so it's May 15th. It's May 15th.
May 15th.
But I think it's getting delayed. I mean, I'm looking at it, and it's not a bad-looking game, but they need to fix the character models' faces, the human faces, not the armor, not the mask, the faces. They need to do better on the hair. But look, we're critiquing this game because we've been dealt the best, okay? We've got the best first-party exclusives in the world. We know how the hair is supposed to look. We know how detailed faces are supposed to look, but they don't. And I tell people this all the time. For 2 generations, multiple years, third party can't hold a candle to exclusive. That's why I always get so excited about exclusives, because they're going to push the boundaries of what a console can actually do. And most of the time, as you can clearly see for PlayStation, we've been wrapping up E3 awards like crazy, and Game of the Year awards like crazy. So, I have faith in exclusives more than I have in multiplats, no matter if it's one of my favorite comic book stories or not. So I'm hoping they can get more help from Sony Studios to iron out this game. Even if it's a multiplat, get help from Sony. Get some help anywhere you can. Bring in some new animators. Do whatever you need to do. But this game is going to cost you way too much, right, for it to fail. So right now, I'm seeing there was a lot of hype around it, but once people saw it, and a couple hours afterwards, it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. They needed more raw gameplay. Okay, this is E3. and this is a brand new era of veteran gamers. There are more veteran gamers this generation than any other generation. Most of us are above 20s. You know, most of us are in our 30s now. So, with that being said, we all saw this time and time again. We want to see gameplay. We know the difference between gameplay and cinematics. I think everybody is just tired of cinematics. No one should be using cinematics when they show off a game anymore. After Sony made it standard to only show gameplay, I think everybody else should do the same. But as you saw, Microsoft still showing cinematics, still showing nothing but cutscenes. You know, no gameplay.
And
they
I
don't
don't
have
see the
anybody on
harm in
stage
it.
playing a game. It's just boring.
Yeah, I don't see the harm in it unless it's whatever gameplay that they showing. It's a major part of the game, but I'm not thinking they would do something like that. I just don't see the harm in letting people see 5-10 minutes of the game.
Shit, you know,
letting them
Medieval ain't even a $40 game. Medieval is a $30 game.
$30 game, yeah.
Damn, the digital deluxe is $40. That's crazy, man. Man, see, Sony
I know
got
you're getting
so
that
many great
Monster
games
Hunter.
people not even paying attention to. Sony just got a lot.
You
of
getting that
games.
Monster Hunter Iceborne, right? I know you getting that.
Yeah, that's $40, bro. That's what's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, you think that's a little bit too much?
That's too much. It's an add-on. It is listed as an add-on. It's not the full game. They let you know right there. It says add-on. It's $40 off the break. That is way too much. I mean, look, it's gonna have a new area. It's gonna have new moves. It's gonna have new armor. It's gonna have new monsters. That is enough for what Monster Hunter does. Monster Hunter does this every year. When they have a new Monster Hunter game, you can guarantee the following year they're going to have additional content. They've been doing this since the PS2. You know, they used to call it like G. It'd be like Monster Hunter 1, then Monster Hunter 1G, or Monster Hunter 2 and Monster Hunter 2G. And it's just another Monster Hunter with additional content. It's the same damn game. It just got more shit. It
wait
was
a minute.
The early
If this
stages
is $40...
of DLC before they had DLC. Now it's just straight DLC. So I can't justify $40 for add-on, but if it's an expansion, which they said it is, I guess I can understand, but it's still a lot of money, man. It's almost a full price.
That's why, because I'm looking at the one above it, the bundle. The bundle is $50.
Yeah. Look, man. Look, all I'm gonna say, I'm a Monster Hunter fan. I'm gonna get the cheapest one. If I see that I got some extra money I can spare, I'll probably get the more expensive one. But I already got Death Stranding pre-ordered and paid off. Crash Bandicoot Go-Kart, I got that pre-ordered and paid off. As far as right now, that's it. That's all I have. I'm gonna go get Judgment this Thursday when I get paid. So that'll be 3 games that I have pre-ordered and paid off. And then I'm gonna get Medieval. Hopefully this paycheck, if I can see that I have enough money to get it, spend $30 on that. And then, you know, in my next check, I'm gonna probably go a little while and get some other shit out the way, as far as games and shit. But
so you still not gonna get a Switch? You don't think you're gonna get a Switch yet?
It's not that I'm not gonna get one. I ain't buying it for $300. We're getting closer and closer to the PS5. You can't sit up here and tell me a handheld is worth $300 when a PS4 is worth $300. You get what I'm saying? There's a PS4 for the days of play that is $300. So you're telling me that the PS4 is comparable to the Switch? Both of them are $300. One is more valuable than another. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck about the portability. That's not going into the price of the fucking console. Okay?
Yeah, it's not.
It being a portable should make it cheaper than a home console. You know? Yeah. I've had a lot of handhelds back in the day that I could go get a cord, plug it up to my TV, and play it as soon as I got home on my TV. It was called the PSP. Look that shit up. Yeah. PSP had... Hold on, man. PSP had a cord you could hook up to the TV, and you can continue to play it.
Yeah, that's the one thing people been complaining about for the longest with Nintendo, man. Their prices, they gonna keep. I don't care what the hell is going on. They are going to keep their prices the same. I don't care what's going on. But that's how they stay. That's how they stay banked up, man. I don't blame them. They you know, if people still buy after that, like, hey. But yeah, man, that's how they do it, man. Nintendo's they something else when it comes to that pricing shit, bro. They something else. But
Hey, guess
I'm
what?
glad I had to
Big
get
Money, I
mine.
just
So.
found out we got another theme for free if you got Crash Bandicoot Go Kart. There's another theme that was released.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even get
I
that
think I'm gonna
game
bring
yet,
back
man. I didn't get that.
my theme updates video. I'm bringing that shit back because I got a lot of themes I gotta go over.
Wait a minute, did you send me that
Yeah.
dreams thing? I don't think you did. You send it?
Yeah, I sent it to Big Money on Twitter.
Oh, you sent it on Twitter. Okay, okay.
Yeah, go check that out, man. I want to know what you think.
Let me see.
Hello?
Twitter. I hate my damn internet, man. It's so fucking slow. Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the fuck? Oh, there it is. Oh shit. Wait a minute. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. This can't be dreams. Jay, this not dreams, man. Quit playing with me, bruh.
That's dreams, man. That's definitely dreams. I'm telling you, man. They increased the level cap, so a lot of people's creations are about to get even bigger.
Damn. And it's moving so fluid. Hey, I like this, man. This slick right here. I can, man, look. That's crazy, man. Like the potential that Dream has, like it's way beyond what anybody would think, man. What the hell? Did it just move to first person? Hold on. Rogue State. Oh, that's the name of it? That's what the dude named it, Rogue State? Oh my God, that was good. Oh yeah, that's slick right there, Rogue State. That's slick, man. Yeah. Yeah, I think they got enough time to get it right, but I still think I'm there with you. I hope they delay it because to tell you the truth, I don't think people would be upset if that came out as a next generation game. I don't think people would be that upset because it's right around the corner. It's not like it's 2-3 years away. It's right around the corner. I don't think anybody would be upset at that. But most likely it's gonna come out for the next gen stuff anyway. It's gonna come out for it anyway. It's just that initial thing. It's so crazy. I had just beat Hammerhead like a couple of hours ago on that third DLC. Yeah, I just beat it, that boss fight. It took me damn near 2-3 hours to beat that hard head motherfucker. Jeez. Jay, a scale of 1 to 10, man, what did you give E3 and all? Everything together. What did you give it? All together. Shit, you gave it way more than I did. I was thinking somewhere a 5.5, 5.5. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah.
Spider-Man can do it. Why not? Because you don't have any powers, and you're 47.
Okay. Hey, work.
Sorry.
Come on. Vicky.
Yeah. 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 Wait a minute. Is Concrete Genie still coming out this year? You think so? Hmm. Yeah, because I haven't heard anything about that in a minute. Yeah, they good. Oh my God, it's like 5 or 6 of them. That's crazy. I'm still, hey man, even though you had told me about, cause I don't know shit about those PC specs and stuff like that. I'm still like tripping over that Witcher 3 thing, man. Like, fuck, they got that to run. Yeah. Hmm. But I just think that shit is gonna run terrible. And that's terrible. Yeah, I don't think that was a good business decision. Yep, it wasn't. Because I don't see a Zelda fan buying a Witcher game. I just don't, I don't see a Zelda fan buying a Witcher game. Yeah. Yeah, they're not. They're not. Yeah. That was a very poor decision. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. Save your money. Yeah.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah. If you don't have one,
On edge with the
yeah.
whole Sable police state thing.
Yeah. Uh, no, it's not. Yep.
Nice to see things almost back to normal again.
You mean gridlocked traffic and BO on the 6th train?
Exactly. A month ago, you couldn't even sneeze without someone on a SWAT
Yeah.
team.
God, I remember. Caught a cold and they wouldn't let me back at work for a week.
Still got time to grab a slice?
Yeah, let's check out that new place down the street. Maybe
Oh,
it's
no
open.
problem, man. Anytime. Yeah. Oh,